the word problem. The word problem. The word problem of what? Linear equations. Let's get these words clearer. Now, some of the key words, key irritating words that confuse a lot of people, but they are very fundamental. Let me start with, let's say, sum. Sum. What is the meaning of sum? What is the meaning of sum? When we say sum, we are talking about addition. Okay? So, for example, the sum of A and B is C. I'm repeating. The sum of A and B is what? C. How do you write it? It is going to be A plus B is equal to C. The sum of 2 and 3 is 5. What does that mean? It means 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Is that okay? So the sum basically means plus or addition. Now, what about difference? Difference. Now, the difference between M and N is R. How do you write it? The difference between M and N is R. Straight away, it is M minus N is equal to R. Okay? The difference between 10 and 6 is 4. How do you write it? The difference between 10 and 6 is 4. It means 10 minus 6. 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. Just take note of these key words so that when we begin to construct the, the question or the question appears, we'll be able to interpret it well and you score your full marks. The difference between X and Y is Z. How do you write it? The difference between X and Y is Z. We have what? X minus Y is equal to what? Z. Now, what is your observation here? In each case, I'm just introducing minus over there. I hope I'm getting the point. You're getting it. Now, I'm now on exceed. One of the a word that actually is a challenge to most people or most students. Exceed. Some people interpret it as addition. Some interpret it as subtraction. But let's get this clearer. 5 exceeds 3 by 2. Is that true? 5 or brought 3 so by 2. 5 exceeds 3 by 2. How do you write it? It's going to be, how do you get a 2? It's going to 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. 5 exceeds 3 by 2. Look at how I'm writing it. I've introduced minus sign. Okay. 20 exceeds 15 by 5. Is that true? 20 exceeds 15 by 5. How do you write it? How can you write an equation to merit this? It's going to be 20 minus 15 is equal to 5. Are you okay? Okay. Now, 100 exceeds 60 by 40. Is that true? So it's going to be 100 minus 60 is equal to 40. So you could see that what I mentioned first comes first. I bring subtraction sign. Then what I mentioned second comes in the second position. Then by the last term I mentioned comes last. So 100 exceeds 60 by 40. 40 is the one I mentioned last. So A exceeds B by C. How do you write it? A exceeds B by C. X exceeds Y by Z. I hope by now you are okay with this. Okay. Now, then we have product. For product, it is just multiplication. So the product of A and B is C. It's just A times B is equal to C. And sometimes we write it AB is equal to C. Anytime you see AB, it means A times B. Anytime you see AB, you see MN, meaning M times N. So the fact that you didn't see any multiplication sign in between doesn't mean it is no multiplication. Anytime you see, if you see Q R, it means Q times R. Okay, that is what I want you to, understand. Okay, so let me see if I'll be able to get a very, very interesting question that we can look at. We are going to solve the problem undiscriminately. So once it is a word problem, we are going to I'll be working on successive questions like 3 consecutive numbers, sum up to this, blah, 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 and then on and on and on. It seems I wrote some of them over here as I was working. So I wanted us to look at a few of them because they are very, very interesting. Okay, for instance, let's talk about consecutive numbers. And we say that, listen to this question and note. 3 consecutive numbers, right? 3 consecutive numbers. 3 consecutive what? Numbers. Sum up to 48. Is that right? Yes. Find the numbers. 3 consecutive numbers. That means 3 successive. There are certain 3 numbers. When you add them, if I say consecutive or successive, I'm talking about, let's say, 3 consecutive months. It could be January, February, March. It could be November, September, October, November. Okay? 3 consecutive days could be what? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So you are not getting it. Okay, now. So this is one of the questions. So we are going to segment it into, so we'll be solving it as such. This one is undiscriminated, so pay attention and be noting it. I'm touching on the critical areas of the linear equations. Very soon we shall reach a point, the most confusing part. The age of the father is 3 times that of the daughter. Fine, blah, blah, blah. We are going to actually work on that. Now, watch here. 3 consecutive numbers, sum up to 48. What are the numbers? So here, you say that in the solution, let first number be x. 3 consecutive numbers sum up to 48. You let the first number be x. So what will be the second number? Second number be what? X plus 1. Is that true? If the first number is, let's say, 7, I'm just assuming, then what will be the second number? Assuming you know the first number to be 7. The second number will be 7 plus 1. That's why I've also written x plus 1. Now we are assuming that x is the first number. So if here were to be 7, then the third number would have been what? 7 plus 2. Assuming the first number is 7. I'm just assuming. So here, what do you think will be the third number? So the third number will be what? Will be x plus 2. Because there are 3 numbers. This is one number, this is 1, and this is 1. I'm repeating. 3 consecutive numbers sum up to, we are on the word problem of linear equations. Linear equations, let me write, sorry. Linear equations, okay? Linear equations. And we are on the word problem. Okay, linear equations. Okay, 3 consecutive numbers sum up to 48. What are the numbers? So here, we have established that this is the first number, second number, and third number. So look at what I'm going to do. It's going to be x plus, what's the second number? X plus 1 plus x plus 2. You can decide to put them in bracket or leave it at that. And it's equal to what? 48. Okay. Once it is addition, we are having x plus 1 plus x, okay, x plus 1 plus x plus 2 is equal to 48. Now, in grouping the items, x plus x is what? It's 3x. Then 1 plus 2 is equal to what? 3. And it's equal to what? 48. This is what we are having now. So, grouping the items, I'm going to have 3x is equal to 48 minus 3. So, I'm having 3x is equal to 45. And of course, x will be what? 45 over 3. And that will give you what? 15. Okay? So if x is 15, what is the 15? We indicated that the first number x is equal to what? Is 15. Therefore, the first number is x. Therefore, if you have got x to be 15, then it means 15 is the first number. So the first number is what? 15. Second number will be what? X plus 1, which is what? 16. Third number will be what? 17. Check and see. If you sum up these numbers, you are going to get 48. You can check it and see. Okay, that is what is happening. Now let's see another one quickly. We say that 3 consecutive numbers sum up to 33. Find the numbers. So in this case, what will be the first number? X. Second number is what? X plus 1. Third number is what? X plus 1. Then this is what? Third number is what? X plus 2. So in the same way, when you sum them up, you get x plus 1 plus x plus 2, right? I'm just summing them up, and it's equal to what? 33. So when I work it out, still I'm going to get 3x plus 3. It's equal to 33. Sorry, 33. It's equal to 33, okay? So when this one crosses, we have 3x is equal to 33 minus 3. So if 3x is equal to 30, then x is equal to what? 10. So if x is equal to 10, the first number is 10. Second number will be what? 11. And the third number will be what? The third number will be 12. I wanted to look at one specific example. Let me see if I'll be able to get one of them. Okay, let me see if I'll be able to get one of them. Let me try something. I'm coming. 12. I'm just creating one of the questions, and so that we work it out and we see, so that we can follow it. Okay, 42. Okay. Now I've just created a question right now. 3 consecutive odd numbers. Let's listen to this carefully. This time, 3 consecutive odd numbers. I've just created a question right now, and let us solve. Okay. 3 consecutive odd numbers sum up to 42. What are the numbers? Here you could see that they are qualifying it by a certain adjective. 3 consecutive odd numbers or even numbers. The difference between odd numbers is 2. Therefore, in this case, 3 consecutive odd numbers is equal to 42. So, first number is x, okay? First number is what? X. Second number is what? X plus 2. Note this. So anytime you are reading such question, check whether he mentions odd or even. The moment he mentions that, because even numbers are what? 2, 4, 6, intervals are 2. Then, so the third number will be what? X plus 4. That is the meaning. So once again, over here, I'll have x plus x plus 2. I'm repeating the question. I haven't projected it here, but I just want you to note it. 3 consecutive odd numbers sum up to even number. 3 consecutive even numbers sum up to 42. What are the numbers? 3 consecutive even numbers. You can write it. 3 consecutive even numbers sum up to 42. What are the numbers? And I'm saying that the first number is x. Second one is x plus 2. Why is it x plus 2? Because even numbers, the intervals are 2, 2. So whether it mentions even or odd, it is 2, 2, 2. So plus x plus 4 is equal to your 42. So once again, let's see. X plus x will be what? 3x, okay? Then plus 2 plus, which is 6, is equal to 42. It's equal to 42. So I'll be having 3x is equal to 42 minus 6. So 3x is equal to what? I think 36. So what is x? If you want x over 3 over 3, so x is equal to what? 12. In this case, x is equal to 12. After you get your 12, then the intervals are 2, 2 from what you got here. So first number is 12. Second number will be what? 14. And then the third number will be what? 16. Based on this one. Is that okay? So for consecutive numbers, just follow this and then be solving variety of problems like that. Now, having gotten this understanding, we are going to solve certain kind of a question. These ones are going to be projected in your shot. So from here, you have to note because it's going to be in your shot. Linear equations, example 1. Why are we saying example 1? Well, we are talking about the word problem. And this is example number 1. And here we are going to solve 10 examples under this one. The first one is example 1. He said that a father is 4 times older than the son. a father is 4 times older than the son, if he will be 2 times older than the son in the next 20 years, calculate the present ages of the father and the son. I'm talking about example 1, the word problem, okay, which I'm projecting. So we are solving 10 examples under this. Take note and then observe it as such. A father is 4 times older than the son. If he will be 2 times older than the son in the next, what do you call? Let me see. In the son, okay, in the next 20 years, calculate their present ages. Over here, there is a trick here. A father is what? 4 times older than the son. Now listen, until you know the age of the son or the representation of the son, you cannot know that of the father. Even though he mentioned the name of the father first, this is where the challenge is. You have to know the son first. So let X be son's present age. This is the trick. Even though he mentioned the name of the father first, you should establish something for the son first. Now that we've established this, a father is 4 times older than the son. So what is the father now? If this is the son, so this is the what? Let me write it where again. So son will be what? X. So what is the father? Or son's present age. Let me put it that way. Son's present age is equal to what? X. Now, so father's present age will be what? Will be 4x. Have you seen that trick? So always you mention the name of the father first, but you should calculate that of the son first. Now, so here, this is the establishment. Father is 4 times older than the son. I'm saying that establish the son first. If it's a daughter, so do that. Now, there's another aspect here. He said that if he will be 2 times older than the son in the next 20 years. So watch here. So in next 20 what? Years. What will be father's age? Or son? Son's age will be what? Now we know that the son's age is what? Is X. So in the next 20 years it will be X plus 20. Then the father, I will explain this right now. Father's age in 20 years' time will be what? 4x plus 20. Now, let me ask you, how old are you? Assuming you are 30 years. Okay? In the next 20 years, how old will you be? You'll be 50 years. How do you get your 50? You get your 50 by adding the next 20 to 8. It means when we talk of next, you add. When we say ago, you subtract. Okay, let's say you are 15 years old. In the next 20 years, how old will you be? You'll be 35, right? How do you get your 35? It is your 15 plus the 35. Assuming you are 100 years now, in the next 10 years, how old will you be? You'll be 110. How do you get a 110? You add the 10 to your 100 you are having. Now, we have established that the present age of the father is what? Is X. The son is X, and the father is what? 4X. So we are saying that in the next 20 years, the son's age will be X, which is the present, plus the 20. Then the father will be this one. Now watch here. He says that if he will be 2 times older than the son. So now it's not that we are going to talk about 2 times. So look at what I'm going to write. So it is now going to be, so the father will be 2 times. At that point, the father will be, that's the father's age will be equal to 2 times the son, which is X, plus 20. Okay, so I'm having 4X plus 20 is equal to 2X plus 40. Grouping like terms, I'm going to have 4X minus 2X is equal to 40 minus 20. That will subsequently yield what? 2X is equal to 20. So X is equal to what? 10. Is that okay? So if I say X is equal to 10, what is it? So X is equal to 10. What is X? So I can safely say that son's present what? Age is equal to what? 10. What about the father? Remember, the father is 4x. So it will be 4 times 10, and that will be 40 years. Is that okay? This is question 1 in your short. Now, I hope you've gotten the point. What did we say? I'm saying that, let's read the question once again. A father is 4 times older than the son. So 4 times, and I'm saying that the moment, even though he mentioned the name of the father first, you should establish the son, which is the x, before you'll be able to know the father. Because he's multiplying that of the son before you get the father. So this is what you got here. And we said that in the next 20 years, the moment he says next, you should add. When he says ago, subtract. Now, at a certain point in time, we'll be meeting similar questions in the simultaneous equation. That one, he will be mentioning both future and ancient, and the whole dynamics will change a little bit. So take note of that. Example 2. He said that the present age of a father is 3 times that of the son. If the father's age will be twice that of the son in the next 10 years, how old are they? I'm repeating. This is question number 2 in your short. Okay? The present age of a father is 3 times that of the son, as I've already told you. So, example 2 in your short. So, what do we say? So, we let x be what? Son's what? Present what? Present age. So, the son's present age is equal to what? X. Then, watch here. He says that the father's is 3 times. So, the father will be what? So, 3x be for what? For the father's present age. The age of a father is 3 times that of the son. So, this is the son, this is the father. Okay. Then the next thing is he's going to mention either will or ago. Watch here. He said if the father's age will be twice as that of the son. So over here, don't pay attention to that twice. It is not 10. In the next 10 years. So you have to go to in next what? 10 years. Son's age will be what? X plus 10. What about father? Father will be what? Father will be what? 3x plus 10. Are you noting it? Before you come to the last part, you know, he says that in the next 10 years, the father will be twice. So this now you are going to consider the twice. And the secret here is that the father will be, what will be the father? The father is 3x plus 10. It's equal to, it will be what? It will be what? Twice. So it will be 2 into bracket x plus 10. Is that okay? Then we solve. So I haven't seen a person who will say that, oh, when you multiply my age by 2 before you get that of my son. No. There's no way you can multiply a mother's age by 2 or 3 before you get that of the son. Always you rather multiply by the son. That will be equal to that of the father. So you have to know. So always the father's age will stand alone here. 3x plus 10 is equal to 2x plus what? 20. Is that okay? So here, we are going to have 3x minus 20, minus 2x is equal to 20 minus 10. So x is equal to what? 10. I think we've gotten 10 again. So the father, now this is x. So son. So son's present what? Age is equal to 10 years. Son's present age is equal to what? 10 years. What about the father? Father will be what? Will be 3x, and x is equal to 10. So it will be 3 times 10. And that will give you 30 years. So the father's present age is 30 years. Now, we'll be tagging this as example 4. That will actually help us. It will be done in due course. So let's look at it, because I think that this one will be helping us. He said that a father is 3 times as old as the son. If he was 5 times as old as the son 5 years ago, calculate their present ages. I'm repeating. Over here, a father is 3 times as old as the son. What did I tell you? So son son's what? Present age is what? Is X, right? Son's present age is what? Is equal to X. Because the father's present age. So what is the father? Father. Sometimes they will say mother and mother. So here, he said that a father is 3 times older than the son. So over here, the father will be what? 3x. But watch here. The key word I want you to note is that if he was 5 years, the moment he said he was, it means if he was 5 times older than the son 5 years ago. So we say that 5 years ago, what happens? Son's age was what? 5 years ago, son's age was what? X minus 5. How old are you? Assuming you are 20 years. 5 years ago, how old were you? You were 15 years. How do you get a 15? You get a 15 by subtracting 5 from your 20. That gives you the 15. So here, once again, the father's age will be what? Will be 3x minus 5. So he says that if he was 5 times older than the son 5 years ago, okay, calculate their present ages. So if he was 5 times, oh wow. So it means here we are going to have 3x minus 5 is equal to 5 into bracket x minus 5. This is what he's talking about. So let's see what we can do. So I'm having 3x minus 5 is equal to 5x minus 25. So if I decide to group the like terms, then I can have 3x minus 5x. Then you continue to be checking, okay? And 3x minus 5x is equal to negative 25 plus 5. So what are we going to have? Subsequently, we are going to have, here will be negative 20. So we'll be having negative 2x, okay? Negative 2x is equal to negative 20. So x is equal to negative 20 over negative 2. That will give you what? Positive 10. Is that okay? That will give you positive 10. Positive 10. Okay. Now, so let us see example number 5. Let's see example number 5. Okay. Once you get this one, you can multiply to get that of the father. Okay. Now, example 5. Example 5. As I told you, we are solving the problems, okay? And so that wherever you get it, you can continue from that. Now, example number 5. Okay? Example number 5. Let's see. He said that the sum of 1/5 a number x and 1/2 the same number is 35. Find the number. Example 5. The sum of 1/5 a number x and 1/2 the same number is 35. Find the number. So, I'm repeating. It is example number 5 in your short. The sum of 1/5 a number x and 1/2 the same number is 35. Find the number. So, in this case, we let x be the number as even stated in the question. He said that the sum of 1/5 a number. So 1/5 of the number x. And what? And 1/2. No, there's a difference between 1/2 and 1/2. 1/2 means half. 1/2 means 1/2 like this. Take note of that. Is that okay? They say 1/2 the same number and 1/2 the same number. So 1/2 the same number is equal to what? It's equal to 35. Is that okay? Find the number. So I've already spoken to you about how to find LCM of numbers. So over here, the LCM is what? The LCM is equal to 10. So multiplying through by the LCM, I'm having what? 10 times 1/5x, okay? Plus 10 times I can also write it this way, 10 into bracket 1/2x is equal to 10 times 35. All that I'm trying to say is that I'm multiplying through by the LCM. So here, by cancellation, here becomes 2x plus what? This cancel this one is equal to what? Plus 5x is equal to 350. Am I right? Okay. So here becomes what? Here becomes what? 7x is equal to 350. Is equal to 300 and what? 50. So x is going to be what? 350 over 7, and that will give you 50. That is the number. This is example number 6. Okay? It is very straightforward. Now, I'm saying that over here we are solving 10 examples, and then beyond that, you can be solving more of that. Now, example 7, it is just the solving of the examples are flowing like that. Solving of the examples are flowing like that. Yes, so now we are operating on the same principle. It follows the same like example 4, 5, 6. They all follow, they carry almost the same message. So please just carefully follow and then we move on. So example 6, in your short, example 6. He says that when a number is added to 3, when a number is added to 3, and the result is divided by 10, okay, the final answer is 2. Find the number. This is example 6. When a number is added to 3, so we let, I'm saying this is what? Example 6. We let x be the what? The number. So it's when a number is added to 3. So we have 3 plus x. And the result, what is the result? The result is this. And the result is divided by 10. So over 10, the final answer, you see, he has mentioned result and the final answer. The final answer is 2. What is the number? So you could see that over here, in fact, it is the formation, how to form the equation is the problem. But when you form it, this one is not a difficulty, okay? Right now, we have what? To solve, we have 3 plus x. If I multiply by 10, 2 times 10, right? So it will be 3 plus x is equal to 20, okay? So x is equal to 20 minus 3. And that is equal to what? 17. That's all about example 6, okay? So just follow it. I just want you to follow it. We are just solving. So we are moving to example 7. So over here, the most important thing is that you should be able to know how to interpret it to form the equation. It's not a difficulty. Okay. Now let's look at example number 7. Example number 7. It is following the same line. Okay. He said that when he says that a number x was divided by 4. So the same way, when this time when you say a number, so example what? 7. Say a number x. I'm helping you. A number x was divided by 4. So x over 4. When 5 was added to the result. So this is the result now. So when 5 was added to the result, this is the result. 5 was added to the result. When 5 was added to the result, the final answer was 7 less than the number. The final answer was what? Was 7 less than the number. So if I say 7 less than the number, what does that mean? 7 less than this number. So if it is 7 less than this number, then it's going to be x minus what? X minus 7. I'm repeating. If I'm saying that 10 is 6 less than 4, then you have to subtract it. So the final answer is 7 less than the number. Okay, so if it's, let's say, 7 less than, so this is how you write it. 7 less than the number, so you have to subtract 7 from it. So now we can solve it. Okay, let's multiply through by the LCM. So we have what? 4 into bracket x over 4 plus 4 times 5 is equal to 4 into bracket x minus 7. This is what you are having. Okay, So try and understand here, 7 less than the number. No? So here we have what? X plus 20 is equal to 4x minus 28. Okay, so in grouping the like terms, what are we going to have? We are going to have x minus 4x is equal to negative 28 minus 20. I'm grouping like terms. So here becomes minus 3x is equal to what? Minus 48. So here x is equal to what? Negative 48 over negative 3. And that will be 16. I'm repeating example 7. He says that when a number x is divided by 4, so x over 4, and 5 is added to the result, this is the result, 5 is added, the final answer was 7 less than the number. If I'm having 10, I'm saying a certain number is 7 less than 10. What is that number? It will be 3. So you have to subtract. And this is the procedure that I've gone through. And that is all about the example number 7. Let's see example 8 and finally example 9 so that we are over there. Now, so example 8. Twice a number exceeds 10 by 8. Calculate the number, or 1/2. So we are on example 8. Twice a number. What is twice a number? Twice a number means 2x, okay? So twice a number, 2x, exceeds 10, so minus 10 by 8. That is equal to 8. Calculate 1/3 the number. Twice a number exceeds 10. I've already explained exceeds to you. Twice a number exceeds 10 by 8. Calculate 1/3 of the number. So here we have 2x is equal to 8 plus 10. So 2x is equal to 18. Okay? So x is equal to 9. Right? That's the 10 crosses there. So if it is 9 and you want 1/3 of the number, so 1/3 x is equal to 1 over 3 times 9. That will be equal to 3. That's all. So the last example that we are looking at, then we end it from the linear equations, is example number 9. Example number 9. Example number 9. I hope you're okay. Let's look at it. I've intentionally decided to take you through this so that you observe certain fundamentals. Example 9. When 5 is added to 4 times a certain number. 5 is added to 4 times a certain number. Example 9. When 5 is added to 4 times a certain number, the final answer is unity. When the result is divided by 25, calculate the value of 3 times the number. Hey, this question, let's see. When 5 is added to 4 times a certain number, so I'm having 4x plus 5. That is the first statement. When 5 is added to 4 times a certain number, the final answer is unity. Final answer is unity. When the result is divided by what? 25. So this is the result divided by 25. You say the final answer is what? Is unity, which is equal to 1. Calculate 3 times the number a. So here, and this is it. So we're going to have 4x plus 5 is equal to 1 times 25. Okay. So 4x is equal to, that 4x plus 5 is equal to 25. So 4x is equal to 25 minus 5. So 4x is equal to 20. And x is equal to what? 20 over 4, which is equal to 5. But it says we should calculate what? 3 times the number. So 3 times 5 is what? It's 15. On this note, we are ending linear equations. And I'm urging you to continue to be working variety of examples. How did we start it? We started by working ordinary ones, simple linear equations, whereby you group like terms. Then we came to consecutive numbers. Then we dealt with that. And then the age of a father and son. I strongly believe that this one, at least, it will give you an edge on it and you'll be able to follow it. Thank you. Very soon we shall move to the next episode. Continue to be working more examples. Thank you.